And hello, how are you all doing today? Yep, there we go, we're all working. How are you all doing today? It's been about a week since I last streamed. Hope you're doing good. Um, so I'm just at my computer. Today we're gonna do a bit of painting again. I'm gonna be continuing some painting on Constantine Valdor. Um, I've already made a small starter, which is I've done a bit of him, some of the base parts. We're gonna continue with that. But gonna be nice and chill today. Um, so yeah, I think what I'm gonna do to start off with is we're gonna do a little bit of painting on Valdor because there's some parts I want to do, and then I'm gonna start to build some Wraith Knights, not Wraith Knights, Wraith Guard from the Combat Patrol magazines, which are somewhere. Here they are. They are in a Combat Patrol magazine right here by my side. Um, I'm just gonna grab a quick drink and then we'll get started. Um, got some fresh water, lovely little bit of paint cup thing here. And what I can do actually while we're waiting is I can show you the current work on Valdor. Um, what I'm going to do here, so what I need to do is I'm going to clean up the parts here, the black, the silver and the black. Um, I've got over this little button here in silver, so I'm going to go over that in gold because I kind of want that little button there gold now that I've looked at it. Maybe touch up the top little bits of this where the paint's come off on the fur. You've got his other hand here. Um, just many details, so stuff like the little emblem here. Um, and then there's also the sort of silver band that wraps around that needs a tiny bit of work on it. But yeah, I think we'll just go start on that in just a minute. We'll start on that after the ad break, which starts in 30 seconds. So I'm going to spend that 1 minute 30 seconds just to grab a quick drink. Okay then. So I had a small little D&D game earlier, so I used some of my D&D minis. I should really should put them away. Using Gazgul as a Cyclops. Yes, he is still work in progress at the moment. I had some fun painting him, but he's not done yet. Right. Let's get started then, shall I? Right, just gonna do some cleaning up on this guy. This is just a nice tiny little bit of detail here that I've messed up on. There we go. There we go. This is just tiny little details I'm fixing up quickly, and once I've fixed them up, I'll probably move on to some of the redoing some of the beauty seal cloth things. I know that's not the greatest picture, but there's one on the arm. There's like one or two on the arm there. And I don't. I know I have dry brushed these arms. I thought I didn't for a second, but I have. And tiny detail work. There we go. Essentially, what I'm doing here is just dry brushing it until it gives me a nice solid colour. What was the word? Overbrushing, that's what it's called. Essentially just overbrushing with a simple brush. I was tempted to stream a game, but I decided against it. I wanted something a little bit more chill. I wanted to have a little bit of hobby time. There's a tiny bit of detail just under the rope. So say if I just dab that. There we go. There's a tiny bit there. There we go. There we go. There you go. That's what I did. That little detail on the wrist right there. Little black part. Now I'm going to do the beauty seal. Nope, that's Burgundy. I don't want Burgundy. I want Morgos Bone. And then I want Wraith Bone. Actually, no, not that Wraith Bone. Sorry, I got the wrong. Oh, bugger! Bugger. Thank. Ah, why did I just spill the water everywhere? Because I'm an idiot, aren't I? What a start to the stream. Tiny details, knock over an entire cup of water. Yes, and that was a very full cup of water if you are curious. Get you out of the way. Oh man. One of the issues is right on Hale here. He's got a actual he's got a bit of dirt on his base, and that dirt just gonna melt into the water. I might need to rebase him. Well, I mean, like, that's technically one way to clean my board. Oh man, I also need to fill up my paint pot again. Oh, there's a bunch of water on that. Oh yeah, I see a bunch of water got caught in there. Technical difficulties, please hold. Right, I won't be long. I'm going to refill my water cup, which is now practically empty. Oh god. So also should give this a little minute to dry. I'll be 2 seconds. I can still keep talking, but I won't see chat. There's no dogs here today at the moment because they are staying with some family. So Finn's not here today, so no Finn unfortunately. There is the water cup refilled up. I will get a bit of this paper towel. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my jacket off quickly. Oh, there we go. Okay, if I put this at the back, so it's right at the back. There we go. Just pop these on here, make sure they get nice and dry. Reach to more gas bone. Not that ivory. So, right. Next, right. What I'll do more gas bone on this part here because it's nice and dry actually. What I should also do is shade it. I'll quickly shade this actually while I'm here. Just quickly shade this. I want to use Reichland on it because I'm also going to dry brush it with silver. There we go. So shade that. Actually, I quite like Reichland on top of Liberator Gold. Comes out quite nice. See, there's quite a bit on that, so I'm just going to take a bit off. There we go. So what it does. Now I can leave that to dry, and whilst that's drying, I'm going to do a bit of ivory, Wraithbone, on this. So I'll base it in Morghast bone. So Morghast bone here, which is this one. Then Bit of water on that's fine. Then I'm going to go over it again with a fin with this Wraith bone. Oh, there's still a bit of water on that. Quite a bit of water still on that actually, right in here. Is that better? No, there's still a bunch of water in that. Let me just quickly dry the brush off. Yeah, dry brush. Yeah, dry brush. See if I can't soak up some of that water. There we go, that helps. So you may say this is stupid, right? But what I've actually done is I've thinned down this Wraith bone with 2 drops of water. Okay. Now I'm going to take this Wraith bone and go over the Morghast because this helps build actually. So essentially, turn it into a white shade with quite a bit of opacity to it. Actually, I probably got brush is probably a bit too much loaded there actually. There's a small bump on this. I don't know if that's thick paint or the resin. I can't really scrape it. I can probably scrape it away. Right. So here's what it's done. It's whitened it up a little bit. This will allow me to now shade it properly, and it also adds a little bit of the shade with using Morghast bone, meaning I put a shade on. Some parts will be darker than others. No, you may think, oh, why am I not filling down this? Well, I just don't think this needs thinning down really. Like some things I will thin down, but stuff like this, I don't think so. Just quickly, we'll load. I say load the brush up. I like to take smaller stuff like this a little bit slower, personally. I know some people just go, oh, load the brush up and slap it on. However, with this being Valdor, I kind of want to take a bit of time. I've done a bit of painting on him yesterday night. I didn't really have time to stream yesterday night because I was at work today. Well, I'm not at work tomorrow, so I've got all the time in the world to stream. I also have a 40k game, 40k game tomorrow. It's just a 1k game, and I'm thinking it's against a guy who's quite new. So what I was thinking of doing, I was going to take out the Eldar and take a variety of things, but I was going to take a Wraith Lord, a Wraith Knight, a Wraith Guard, which I need to build, and then a um, Crimson Hunter, and then a Spirit Seer or Farseer, whichever one works best. So that way you can fight a Titanic unit, an aircraft unit, essentially a Dreadnought equivalent, and Terminator equivalent, while dealing with Eldar trickery. He's quite new. He's going to be using Orcs. Um, it's I don't think it's too scummy. I mean, it's only like what I'll only have like, what, 9 models on the board? He'll probably have 20. Maybe 30. Right, now I'll just leave that to dry. I'm thinking what I might do, because this is already thinned down, so if I put a drop of white on here, now forgive me, I need to be quite close to my face for this one, because this is his head. I'm going to say, if I can't do the pupils of his eyes, because this white, I've thinned it down quite a bit, it should just flow into the pupils if I'm careful. One thing I can do as well, is if I do the ivory, I can then go over it later with pure white, which then should help it. Yeah, there we go. It's might be tricky to see, but here is his head so far. Absolute tiny. It's just the skin. I'm not good at doing skin. I've tried for about 5 times and I've just always come up bad. So what I'm doing instead is I'm just going to do contrast. Okay, now that I've done that, I think I'm gonna go back to his staff, his little bar he's got in his hand. What is it? Right, so I'm gonna want the silver and retributor gold here, retributor armor, because there's a tiny bit of white here on this skull icon, which I'll just go back over. There we go. Right. Now, where's Mornfang Brown? There's my Mornfang Brown. Give it a good old shake. There's still a lot of water on this, you know. I do kind of want to do the this bar he's got in his hand. Do I do the bar brown? No. I think I'll wait for this to fully dry, like with the water. And then I might do the bar metal, like salt, like lead belcher or something. So I'll do what I did, what I said I'll do earlier. I'll turn this little button he's got in the center, just under his chest, to gold. I'm going to turn that back to gold. There we go. There's a couple of white dots which I can just clean up, just by like doing that. So this isn't the same type of gold I used for the base coating, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue because it blends quite well. There we go, that actually helps it. Oh, Jesus, that is a... How did you get there? I just saw he has a massive black line on his leg. So if I go with retributive armor here, there we go. So if I do it on the other side as well, help make a bit of symmetry. There we go. Now it just looks like a bit of shade. Okay, that's looking good. I think what we'll do, grab some black. He's got a bit of his ribbing just on the back of his leg here, and then on the front side here. All I'll do is just... Ow. Hello, Luna. I'm not there at the moment, but please don't poke and throw stuff at me. But hello, how you doing? Your purple army. I'm painting your purple army now. Look, I'm painting it now. In fact, I've got one. I've got one, two. I've got three of them right here to work on. If not four. I've got four right here. But hello. See, look. Purple. I've got four of them right there, Luna. Hello. No, I've got way more than four. Um, I have way more than four. It's just all I've got. They're the only ones I've got to do to finish the army. Is that? So literally, them four plus five. That's the entire army done. And the thing is, all they need is small, tiny details. Fine, you can poke me if you want, but don't do it too much because it does hurt. It's a pointy stick. It's a sharp stick. Oh god, the back of his leg's wet. You should have been here, what? You should have been here about 15 minutes ago because I just spilt this water cup. Oh, this water cup just everywhere. My desk is still a bit wet actually. So yeah, I just spilt that absolutely everywhere 15 minutes ago. Atrocious. Finn's not here right now actually. He's staying with family, some other family, just because I am busy at work at the moment. I've had to be doing some 12-hour shifts because we've just had like we've had a because I work at a as a chef, right, at a wedding venue place. We've we've had a absolute bridezilla the past week. Like they spent 15 grand on flowers alone. Then there's about 33 grand just for the wedding. So that's 48 grand before they've even looked. Well, it's about 10 to 12 hours shift, yeah, so I don't really want to leave Finn alone that long. But like I said, we've had a bridezilla. Like they had 48 grand spent on this wedding before they even um yeah. There we go. What I've just done here is the black part of his leg there, and then the black part on his uh, and the black part of his knee just in there. Yeah, yeah. These day and ages tell me about it. All right, right. This should be not dry. Okay, the Morghast bone is not dry. That's fine. Let's leave that a bit longer. Um, But yes, Luna, I have way more than just 4 of these purple guys, you know. Like, I've got way more. So this is just what I've got to paint to finish the army. But let me move. Let me go to my shelf here. Purple tank. Big purple robot. Another big guy. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 guys here, all painted purple. And add these, that makes 30. Yeah. Where is he? Where's Leonidas? There's Leonidas. Yay! Big robot. So here is Leonidas. He's my first ever painted Terminator. So a guy in big bulky armor. He, the reason he's earned this name, Leonidas, is because for every single game I've had him in, he alone, him and he alone, has survived turn after turn after turn after turn by himself. He kills a ton of enemies and then he dies. Like he will take 3 solid turns of being hit, being shot at. um, yeah, big robot. But yeah, this guy has been shot at like 3, 4, 5 turns a game, like which is and a lot of shooting at him at that matter, and he just survives, kills something, and then dies. He's the only one who's earned a name so far. No one else has earned a name. This guy was close because in one turn he almost killed a um, greater demon of Nurgle, which is a big, 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 fat thing. Like it's about 10 times his size. It's like 4 times the size as that robot. um, and he almost killed it in one turn. And it survived with 2 HP left out of what, 20 odd. It's hilarious. But how you doing? Um, as you see, I'm streaming again bit by bit, doing a bit of painting. Mad at me. Oh, okay. There's a bit of a delay on the stream, I don't know why. But don't be mad at me. My PC broke. Yeah, my PC broke. Don't be mad at me. Yeah, so my PC broke. Um, and how do I put it? Yeah, so it broke. I managed to fix it, but then I just didn't really uh, reset, like re-download everything. I've just kind of kept it pretty. Um, yeah, I've just kind of kept it on the down low. I've just been trying to keep shit down. Right, well, I'm just gonna go quick dry brush on this. Some pretty wings. Get some pretty dry brushes. Still not fully dry yet, to be fair. Just the water on the desk doesn't help. So just doing that. I think. See, I don't know what colour to do his cape and his cloth, right? So in in this box art, it's red, but my army's purple. I don't know if I'm going to do purple or quite what's the word? I don't know the exact like honest of it. Like keep it red, canonical or something. I can do it purple. I don't know. I don't know if I should do it his cloth like purple or red. I really don't know. I need. So if you give me example action, if you give me a second, right? So here is one of the red capes I can do. Like that. That's a red cape I can do. Okay. It's got lots of detail, lots of shading. Whereas a purple cape I can do is something like this, where it's a lot more subtle, but it's still got the shading, still got a bit of light on it. Um, I just don't know. No, I'm saying I can do one that's purple or red. The red and gold look a bit similar. Look, it won't be exactly this because this is quite an early model. That's what it look with the gold. No, Saloon, it looks dark blue on the camera. So it looks quite dark blue on the camera. Um, but in reality it is purple. It's because I dry brushed it to catch the light. It's like I'll show you this one. Maybe if I, which is the purple. Right, let's mix the purple. Alright, and put purple in there. Yes, the reason it looks dark blue is because what's happened is I've done it purple, then I've shaded it, and then I've dry brushed it. So the purple is more of a mid-tone, really. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just can't see it, but I'm mixing the purple here. Mm, I think that should be fine. Purple nails, yes. 1 minute, let's do my pinky. Come on, make a purple pinky. There you go, purple pinky. Pretty. Purple. Yeah, ready for Halloween. Nah, I'd quite like the jack-o'-lantern, so I'd do it. So what I'd do, right? I'd do it black, so I'd paint them black. Then I'd go over them with an orange, right? And then I'd dry slightly, just literally, just dry brush them slightly, so it's where you just slightly put the brush tip right against it with a bright orange, so it kind of comes out quite like a dark pumpkin style. Mm, that purple is a bit too thin for my liking. So what I want to do is add another bunch of purple on it. I don't like how thin that's come out on it. Even if I'm going to do 2 layers, but alright then. Just slap it on. Slap it on. Don't need to worry about neatness here because it's all going to be purple. You say weird, but yeah, painting my nose is not a hobby, unfortunately. Because if it was, you'd know I'd be the best nail artist in the town. But I'm just gonna slap on this purple here. So one reason why I don't want it, yeah, my actual fine control is not that good actually. Because on a lot of the models I just do broad strokes really. Um, a lot of everything's just broad strokes. But I'm not painting for competitions. I'm more of like painting for fun. I'm not painting to be a flipping commission or anything. So it doesn't need to be perfect. What I might do at some point is oh, okay, what I might need to do to get a spin grip of this actually. So yeah, what I might do is say what sort of army people might want to see me paint next. You know, because once I've done these, I'll kind of have a free slot open. Right, I'm going to pop that down there. Right, let's grab my smaller brush now. Actually, do I want this one? No. Let's grab... So I literally just bought this... I bought a replacement brush. So what happened, right, is I had a brush just like this one. However, I accidentally dragged the tip through super glue, which completely ruined it. So now I've got a replacement because I had the money. I mean, there's only one thing wrong with this, right, and there was a one strand caught in the protector, and that was it. And here's the brush tip. So good. It's not a big one, not a small one. But well, it is pretty small actually, but it does the job. And what I've kind of got to be a little bit more careful here because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start doing his cloak. Um, and what I have done actually, Luna, is I've reinstalled League of Legends. I don't know why, but I've reinstalled it for the sake of it. Um, and what I have done is I've played some AI games. That's all I've done with League. The AI games are just to gauge my ping. Yeah, it was not ideal because I had a couple ping issues against bots, so I don't know what I'd be like against other players. I don't think it'll be as bad actually. But I did install League. I've not played it. Well, except for a bot game I said. And I've so I'm being a bit quiet because I'm just concentrating on this inner leg here. So this cloth came attached to him, and I kind of don't want to mess up his, his inner leg with this purple here. Yeah, unfortunately, I did paint, not paint. I did play the bot game, and I had one ping issue, but that was about it. Okay, there's the two strands that I messed up on this thing. So I think two of the strands on this came damaged, which is not ideal, but the quality of these brushes are really good. There we go. Oh, actually, why did I just put my finger right on the clock? Oh no. Maybe I should be careful what I'm trying to hold. So I've not glued them to the base yet because the base is that. um, it kind of just. So that will go on like that. That will go on like that. And that will go on like that. That's the base so far. I'm going to dry brush it in a bit. Okay then. Now here comes the tricky part. Maybe? Maybe not actually. Maybe if I don't worry about getting paint on the trinket. So yeah, like I say, Finn's with other family at the moment, and it's really just because I was working a lot of hours. I will be picking up Finn um, on Wednesday evening. It is Sunday evening right now. And yes, I do miss him too. Because, whenever I'm eating, he's just there staring. Whenever I go into bed, he'll jump up and curl up for a little bit. My alarm goes off in the morning, he'll jump up on the bed and get me out. Yeah, I do miss Finn too. There you go, there you go. It's not done yet. I need to put another layer on. Then you've got his cape just in the background here, drying. This brush came out fine. Um, the only thing I'd say is there was one or two strands sticking out, and I'm pretty sure that's the two that got caught during shipping. Thank you. This guy cost me a pretty penny to actually buy. So I do want to put a bit of, I do want to put effort into him, you know. I want to put some extra detail into him, a bit of extra work here and there. But on the same side of the coin as well, I am not a professional painter. I do this for fun, so I really don't want to make it to a drag. You know, I don't want to make it painful to do. So best thing I'm doing is just using all my knowledge, doing it my way. Right, but I'm being a bit more careful so I can get clean looking lines. Like, for example, if I show you this now, I'll just put a bit of white on this. Probably a bit hard to see, sorry. Now once that dries, I'll shade it. Let's see, let's grab you. I quite like you. Then I'll grab you. Just do that. But yeah, Saloon, I do plan to stream some games again. But at the moment, I just kind of want to do. Today I want to do a bit of painting. You know, that's all it was. Have a nice chill stream, just chat. Yeah, I just kind of want to chill, chat. And if you're wondering what that cloth will look like when it's done, it's something like that, which makes it look like actual real paper. If you actually give me 2 ticks, if you give me 2 ticks, so 1 minute, I should be able to do this. So let's open up YouTube. Where's my? There you are. Then I want to go to you. Do I trust? This might get my stream muted, but if I go to you, come on, once you load and play, there you go. I can move you over there. Do that. There we go. No, that's the wrong one. I don't want that one. Okay, is that too loud? Or is that just loud enough? Hey, Evidence! How you doing? Thank you for that. You really don't need to do that. I know this guy. I play a Star Citizen with him. I've played some Payday with him. But you really didn't need to subscribe. But I really do appreciate it, Evidence. I really do. We're just chilling. But I really appreciate that. I don't ask people to subscribe. This is not a way to make money. This is just a way to chill and share my hobby. Actually, Luna, this is something actually. So, Prismatic Crow, Sour Claw, whatever you want to fucking call him. I kept telling him off that league. He kept making shit things. I'm kind of sick of his attitude. Well, was sick of his attitude. So I just went, right, fuck you. I'm done with you. I've not talked to him in about a year now. I've had enough. I just said stop talking to him. He sent me a message about 2-3 weeks later about League. I just gave him a middle finger. That was the last thing I said to him, because I want to deal with him. Done with him. So what I've been doing, I've getting into new hobbies, new games, new groups. And as you see, this is where we've ended up with this chill stream painting Warhammer. But yeah, essentially it was like, because one thing, he kept making shit moves in League. I kept telling him over and over, don't do this, it's best not to do this, and so he had to go. And I went, right, okay, that's it, done. And I've not talked to him since. And what I've been doing is, I do really appreciate the evidence, thank you very much. You have a good night's sleep, and I hope you have a chill day at work tomorrow, because I believe you do have work tomorrow, don't you? But I really appreciate it, and like I say, you don't need to do it. This is not a job, this is just to share a hobby and chat. You have a good night, Evidence. You get some sleep, and thank God you're not awake till like 2 AM this time around. Or even 4 AM. I think you're up to like, what, 4 AM last Sunday, weren't you, or something? Or 5. Okay. So what I'm going to do, Luna, I'm going to paint this shoulder pad purple. Okay, so this one purple, this one gets, when I can find it, gets, there it is. So I'm painting that shoulder pad purple. It will get this sort of little skull popped over it, like so. Check. Oh, they got like that little skull on it, over like that. Which is gonna be quite. I want to try to do like a whiteboard, rather like a Cubone from Pokemon. And I think that should be enough blue and purple on the model, for the most part, by the weapon. Still don't forgive of checking that. Look, I'm sorry. Okay, what can I do? I just didn't fix my computer until now. Well, I say fix, I didn't just get OBS until now. Right, where's lead poacher? There's lead poacher. So lead poacher is dark map here. So, like I said, I don't aim to. So I've got a 40k game tomorrow, right, Luna? I'm fighting a brand new guy. He's quite new to the hobby, and I'm going to use my Eldar. Okay. He's using orcs, very orky. I'm going to use Eldar, and which are essentially space elves. And I was thinking, I'm going to use just 9 models. They're going to be very expensive models, but they're all quite strong. But they all have different things on them. So one's a Titan, one's an aircraft, one's a vehicle, like a tank, and some heavy infantry. And boop. If you give me 2 ticks, I will grab. Let's move you out the way. Come on, grab. You've probably seen this guy before. And this. I just slap the tank in the face. here is the jet. I've actually got to do a bit more work on the jet, you know. I really like how it's come out, but I've got to do some more work on it. So there's the jet that I'm using, the aircraft. So like, look underneath, nothing at all. Engines, nothing. Weapons, nothing. Engines back here, nothing. So it's got a lot of work left to do, and it's like a very basic paint job. Then you've got this guy here. Now here's this guy. And here's a model the same size as Leonidas. Oop, put him here. And there's Leonidas. Who do you think would win in a fight? The giant fuck off robot or Leonidas? Because Leonidas here has ended up killing 2 of these in one game and then died, which is how he solidified his name. Because he's a monster. And it's happened every single game. He's killed something 4 or 5 times his price and then dies. So on that note, Luna, okay, I was tempted to name a model after you. Obviously a model with your name, not your name on it, but a model with name by you. And I was debating, do I make it a Terminator, big chunky guy like Leonidas, a Warden who's tanky, not as tanky as him, but tanky, and he's does a lot of damage, or maybe even something like a guy on a bike like this, who is very fast, not too tough, but they've got a bit of toughness behind them. No, I'm going to named by you, not named after you, so you name them. So you know I've got another tanky guy like this. An infantry guy, I take in every single army, every single list I use, I take one of these guys. Well, a squad of them. And then bikes like this. These are really fast and hard hitting, but they're expensive, and if I roll bad they'll go down quickly, but they hit so hard if I get the attacks on. I was debating to let some streamers, some mates and subscribers name them. And with you being one of the first few, I was thinking I was going to let you name one of them first. If you were to name one, right? Let me think. So I'm going to pop this up a bit. So you've got my other shield, my other Terminator. You've got a Warden. Which bike is this bike? Good. Maybe not this biker. Where's another bike? Where's the other biker? Biker. Looks similar, it looks the same with the weapon, but it's a different one really. How about one of them? Let's see, you've got him. Maybe let's do the Warden with the banner, because he looks much cooler. And he's always there supporting. Then there's a Sister of Silence. ADS. What do you mean AD? ADS. I mean, you know what, Luna? You can name. You know what? This symbolises you. that symbolises you, right? I'm joking. You know I'm joking. He's only got a name. You got the bike. Maybe I think a custodian guard. So, oh god, they're all gold and purple. I'll try. Which one would you be interested in naming? We'll say that have them with your name on. No, not your name on, sorry, named after you. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just pick a number. I'll let you take a close look at them. As I'm literally just waiting for paint to dry. That's the fun part of Warhammer painting. So you let paint dry, and as I'm paint dry, I'm just really flipping through my phone or something. So here's the Sister of Silence. It wasn't the best paint job. But I use them in nearly every game because they sit at home defending. That's all they do. They'll probably die quickly, but that's all they do. They sit there defending. Him. He usually gets dropped deep in enemy territory. Will fight once or twice, then dies. If he's lucky, if he wins, he can survive the entire game because they're very tanky. But I use at least these in nearly every single list. A Warden. These guys are also quite tanky, but they do a lot of damage. These guys will run, then dash, and then charge. I use them in every game. Again, and they are very solid at putting me in the center of the board, like in the center of the enemy, like center of the board. Custodian Guard, a nice basic unit. These guys are pricey, however, they have a higher damage potential than the Wardens and the Bikes and the Terminators, but because of how useful they are, because they get extra shots, extra objective control, which is to control objectives. I use them for secondaries, or potentially securing a expansion objective, a side expansion, so like a secondary objective or secondary mission, which they're really good at doing, while just keeping their distance and shooting. If they can get into melee first, they're pretty damn. They can dish out a lot of hits and be pretty damn scary. And the Bikes are probably some of my most fun models, right? They move fast. They move 12 inches, and then they can move another 12. And then they can move another 12 inches. So what I like to do with them, I hide them behind cover. Then, end of enemy's turn. Cool. Before we move on to my turn, I move them 12 inches. Then we go to my turn. Then I move them another 12 inches, and then I charge them up to 12 inches. So the maximum move I can do on them a turn is 30 without charge, or 36 with a maximum charge. Yes, 12 inches, obviously. These attacks, they get 6 attacks each, that they come in squads of 2 or 3. No, 7 attacks in squads of 2 or 3, and hit very hard. They're really fun to use because what people don't expect, right, is them to go from my side of the board all the way to the enemy side of the board in one turn, right? Like in one round, right? And they're like, right, now I've got these bikes to deal with in my face. So they deal with them bikes in their face, right? And then they take a turn dealing with the bikes. Then all of a sudden, the Warden's coming from the front. The Terminator's coming from behind. So essentially, Warden's from the front. Terminator's from behind. These guys are coming in from the flank, from the side. These guys are dead. But then it's like, right, you just wasted time dealing with the bikes. Now you've got to choose what else to deal with. And that's an ideal world though. That's like an ideal world. Not everything's ideal. But these guys are like the staples of my army. And if you want to name one, you said you'd lean on the first one. My recommendation is you name a bike. I will let you pick. What? Because they're really fun to use. I use them in every game. They're really fun. What am I going to do right while we're waiting here for stuff to dry? Because this purple takes a little bit to dry actually. I'm going to pop some white in here. Grab the brush. They're really fun to use them in armies, you know, in my lists. You know, I want to spell Leonidas, actually. No, that's how I spell him. That's how I spell him. Yeah, I'll let you think about it while I quickly paint this guy's name on. Oh, it's an O. It's not a it's an O. Me cannot spell. And that's why we've got black paint. Just paint over it. Send a message. No, you did not. It's really up to you, you know. only difference is they'll get a name on the base, you know, kind of like this. I'm just drawing it in now. Not stenciled in, I'll just hand draw it. That'd be a bit of fun. Other than a name as well. So bad. That all went so bad. Leonidas. I might have to do that all. God damn, why is this little area giving me so much trouble? Side. If you look at the model again, just let me know and I can pull him up, you know. So this is the army. I used the most, you see, Luna. I just find them really fun to use, and I use them the most. So whatever you name them, there's a good chance other people will see the name. In fact, going on right now is a local league. So it's essentially the local community get together, and we are doing a sort of like a league game. We have done one game out of 5 so far. Did not go well for me. The rolls were just super bad. My dice rolls went to shit. Let's just say that. But I did get some good old slaps in, good old enemy kills in. Up to you what you name them. Like I say, other people will see it, so you could call them Big Chungus, Biggest Dickus, and other people will see it. I thought you probably find absolutely hilarious. I thought you might find hilarious. And the models on the table right now are the only ones worthy of being given names, just due to them doing some good accomplishments in games. However, they've not earned one to be like, earned something like Leonidas just yet. He's much more solid purple with that second layer. Now, I guess what I'll do is clean this brush off. And while I'm waiting for you to respond, I will quickly start slapping on purple on the other side of this cape. Well, Luna, it's your choice. You deserve a model to be named. Now I'm not going to say what you can and can't name it, and what you can and don't want to name. Well, I can say what you're going to name, but I'm doing it on one of my most popular factions. Sorry, most popular. The army I use the most, I should say. Reserved for special people. No, not that special. I mean, like, people who are actually people who've been there quite early on and supported. Okay, you pick the 12-inch guy. Okay, you pick the bikes. Okay. Evernight, okay. You like the 12 inches. 1 second. No, my dice box is up here. So in my dice box I keep the tape measure in there, but essentially there's your 12 inches. So it'll move your 12 inches, and then it'll move that far in one. and then you add the 12-inch charge to it. So you roll for the 12-inch charge, so you can get anywhere from 2 to 12. It can go from here. Oh, still going. We're up at the wall. So we're still going. If you don't, maybe if I just, this might help picture a bit more. It can move a maximum of this. Maybe like that. Yeah, and that's about a turn, which I find absolutely hilarious. But a charge roll is, there you go. That'll be 9 inches. 5, 7, 3, 9, not 9, 11. That is how you do a charge roll. So you can get 12. Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. That's right, I'll put the others away then quickly. There. Oh man, I've got a cough. You know what, right? I'm not going to name the guy with the spear pointing up. I'm going to name this one after you. Because it's really annoying. Do you know why it's really annoying? Because the spear sticks out like fucking 20 inches. So when I try to line them up right in game, they can't because the spear gets in the way. So they've got to be like that. Try to line them up nicely in the box. I can't do that because the spear gets in the way. Because it sticks out like 20 fucking inches. I didn't say that. I just said it's annoying. I didn't say he's annoying like you. Oh, okay. That's a little bit better. Leonidas. Let's pop him. Not gonna pop him? No, that's the wrong one in there. You can go in there. He's got a name. You can go there because you need work doing. You should have. Yeah. You should have had your little shit. Look, I've not put the name on him yet. I'm still waiting for this cape to dry because it takes flipping ages. So if you're wondering about where I'm going to paint, I've got a palette here. There's the purple. Ever dark, right? Yes, ever dark. So I want to put the there. Put the D there. Luna, actually, the reason I'm naming this one right is because he was the first bike I painted. Private Dark by Lubex. One reason why I kind of want to put people's names there is know who name, so if that person's ever been a bit of a dickhead, I can just black paint, gone. Not saying that you are. There you go, a bike named by you. Named by Lubex. Evidence will need one. We'll be getting one named after him, named by him as well. I've messaged him on Discord, letting him know which one he wants named. Another. While we're waiting, I think I'm going to do this guy's horns. While we are waiting, his little horns. It kind of reminds me like Cubone, you know, like a Cubone sort of skull. So I have darker horns, but I like want a bone white sort of skull. So I somehow need to build shade into that. Yes, you are. You are forwards. You are first this time. So other than Leonidas, that is the second model that's received an actual name. So actual named models that already have a name built in, you know, haven't really had a But can you imagine, right? You show up to a small friendly game, you know, to like 1,000 points, which is like half the size of a tournament list, right? And all you see is 9 models there. You'll be like, you look at the army, you look at your opponent, and you'll kind of go, right, the fuck is this? Because in a 1,000 point game, no one's going to expect huge ass knight, huge ass robot. I mean, if you played flipping, that's a bad example. I don't know. It's gonna be funny to see his reaction anyway, seeing a Wraith Knight just being pulled out my model box. They were like, mate, it's a 1,000 point game, why'd you bring a Wraith Lord? The tabletop game, Warhammer 40k. So he's versing orcs. So I'm versing orcs. So he's very swarmy, kind of like. He doesn't have a lot of. He can't deal with tanks, right? That guy, the big robot, has an armor of 12, which he will struggle a lot against. A lot. Yeah, so he's going to struggle against the robot quite a lot. But, like, so he's going to struggle against my army quite a lot in general because, well, he just won't have the strength to get through. He'll have lots and lots of attacks, which will get through, but they won't do a lot. So I'm just cleaning this up a little bit. There we go. So here we go. What do you think about these lovely little horns? Nice little bone horns. See, I really want to have his skull be like a cubone skull, like white, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I mean, maybe if I just shade it with this bit of grey actually. I wonder if that'll work. Strong tone, no, back tone, no. Maybe if I shade it with this grey, that might work. So let's try that out. So I get this grey, pop it on the brush, and then just push it on. Because what I need to do, right, is I need to make depth, but you can't get depth with just white. Well, you can, but I'm not that good. Like what I've seen someone do, right, they've used like white that goes up to essentially an eye, white going up by like 3 shades, and they've blended them all together, and it makes an amazing sort of contrast. And they've started with the dark white, then put the middle white on top, then the brightest white on top. It's something I possibly can do, but it's very tricky. So I'll put it on. It's not too bad actually. It adds some nice contrast. So this model, right, has a lot going on about it, right? Which is why you may be thinking he's still just doing that. But yeah, I'm making sure stuff fully dry and fully cured before I put my next layer on. And it is just one model I'm doing rather than a handful. So I do not want excess on this actually, not on the paper. Take the excess off, there we go. So we'll take the excess off. We'll be nice and chill, essentially on par with an ASMR stream. But unless they're doing nothing, we're actually doing something, you know. So, now. So, do you want to see something super tricky I'm going to try to do? So you got the bit of cloth there, right? Now, let me show you something super tricky. So you might not see this because I'm having to be really careful with this. be very tricky to see. That's the point. So, can you see the little black lines on the paper as imitating writing? It goes down all the way to here. That is what I just did, if you're curious. Go quickly back over them lines right at the top because I was too careful with them. That'll do. Yes, and to put in perspective, right? So that's them lines, right? That's the tip of my finger. Tiny! And this arm, if you're wondering, will go on to, when it's done, onto there like that. Oh, and cramp from doing that. And I've got to do that on this one yet. And you think that's bad? Right, here is this guy's weapon. This one's got to be even more controlled. What we do actually, forget a drop of this. Maybe just. Trick I saw earlier, right? You put a small dot of white on, just enough, right where the weapon blade will intersect to cause look like some heat. It's like for every amazing model you see, there's probably about another 5-10 models behind it that have absolutely failed and come out really bad. Mine are no exception to that. However, my models are not display level, they are just for tabletop standard and having a bit of fun chill time. Now, so I put a bit of white on this, make it look like the energy's flowing. There you go, like that. All that work there was just for that tiny bit of white, make it look like the energy's flowing through the blade essentially. That's all it was for. You know, just right then. On the other hand, I think it might be time for the second layer of paint on this backside of the cape. Slap, 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 slap. Slap. Slapping it on. It's a nice way to spend a Sunday evening. Technically, this is my Friday evening because I'm not at work tomorrow and Tuesday. I'll have Finn with me tomorrow and Tuesday, but then he'll be going back to my granddad's. The thing is, there's no need to rush, you know. This guy I'm painting now only has roles in a game called Horus Heresy, which I don't play because most of these Custodians models can't be used in Horus Heresy. Are you making a salad? Okay. I don't mind me, Luna, I'm just ranting. But while I've got you, actually, what do you think of this? Once it focuses. Camera. Camera does not want to focus for some reason. Camera, hello. I think the camera's fell asleep. Essentially what I've done, I've put writing on this little arm here. Oh, there you go. There you go, you can see it there. Writing on this arm here, and it goes. That could have gone bad. I nearly dropped that in white paint or black paint. That could have gone very bad. Okay. Oh yeah, I've mainly missed a part on him. I've got the second layer on his shoulder pad to do. And once I've done that, I will dry brush the base. That little head on it once it's done. Guy's got so much detail to him that it's well, the thing is, this is the sort of model that wants that detail to him, because he is like, there's only one person in the entire lore of what they're higher than him, and that is the Emperor. And that's how high this guy up. He is second only to the Emperor. Well, technically the Primarch, the Primarchs, but he doesn't really care for them. But he is literally like second to the Emperor. He's that high up. It is what it is. You know, people who complain about how weak Custodians are, you know, give Custodians players a bad rap. I I feel it, but they're just fun to use. Right, what the green? No, I don't want to use that brush. Where's my big dry brush? There's my big dry brush. There you go. So, if you don't know what dry brushing is, you load. Oh, that's hair on that. So if you don't know what dry brushing is, you load paint onto a brush like so. You then take off the excess, like so, like that, and then you just. Actually, it's still quite a lot on that brush, isn't it? Nah. You just do that in the direction you want light to come from, like so. And this will make like an instant sort of highlight on whatever rough bit you want. So I can do it before and after as well. So here's. So it's really tricky to grab. So here it is right now. I really can't get to that. Here's this right now. Bit of rock, looks quite nice. Here's this part. Here's before. Grab my dry brush. And dry brush in the direction of the light I want. I'm being pretty liberal with this. I'm doing that for a reason. Bring it down where that light comes from. Then it goes to the top here. Dry brush. We catch those edges. There's still a couple of white spots on this actually, which might need fixing up. I might do that now. There's masculine grey. Might quickly fix those white spots up now before we continue. So there's one there. There's some there. So one thing about using white, it's really good for contrast paints, which I quite like using. Downside is, if you miss a spot, you'll see it. If you can see it, that means other people can see it. Unless it's meant to be white, it does not look good on a model. What I was thinking of doing, right, because there's some dead parts on this, right, like some model parts. I was thinking I'm going to do them. Tip my head, sorry. I'm going to do them Imperial Fist style, so he stood it like, you know, on the walls of Terror or something. At the Lion's Gate, I don't know. Lion's Gate. Do this part of the model here actually, so load the brush up with paint and then just go to the model. And then we load the paint on, like so. cover it with a dark grey. That means I'll have a nice dark base to work with. Because I don't like how this contrast does not work well on flat surfaces. This is one of the earlier contrasts. And well, earlier contrasts do not like flat surfaces. Except for yellow for some reason. Yellow really likes flat surfaces. And cover really well on contrast. Whereas base type yellow won't. So what I'll do, I'll paint the back with a base colour. So it doesn't matter if I get some paint on. Do 2 layers of it. And I can do 2 layers. And then a bit of a tension, maybe a bit of blending actually, that might work. Say they've got the dark bottom part darker, then blend down like a lighter grey coming down, you know, that could work. Like from down this way, you go, oh, that looks really good. You flip it over, and you'll see like a million different like white spots. Obviously, you're not going to be seeing those million different white spots because you're not going to be picking up someone's model and flipping it over unless you're an absolute arsehole. Which I've not encountered. Well, actually, I've encountered one person like that, but first have a game against it. It was on a table. It was on a table nearby. Like, I remember, so I was playing my Space Marines. So I was having a quite chill game, so I just sat back and just rolled dice, you know, just shooting Space Marines. And all I'm hearing is this guy, you know, laughing, complaining, you know, things don't go his way. And it's like, was playing, what was he playing? Death Guard? No, he wasn't playing Death Guard. What was he playing? He was playing something, I know, I think he was playing Eldar, right? That's right, he was playing Eldar. And, I think, oh, well, this guy is -2 on for your armor. No, mate, it's not. It's like, no, mate, it's not. It's only -1. But yeah, well, I also get lethal hits then. No, you don't get lethal hits. You only get lethal hits when you've deployed it on the field for the turn, and then it's gone. And if you're wondering what I'm on about, he was using Baharoff with some Hawks. Like, yeah, the whole unit gets lethal hits with him. I'm like, no, it's just Baharoff, just this guy. The rest don't get it. Just him. Well, how do you know that? You don't play Eldar. I do play Eldar. It's my third army, so I play that with hand, a chunk of them. But, well, you don't know the rules, you could have updated. No, I only played Eldar the other day. There's been no updates since then, so stop making bullshit up, mate. Okay, play fair. But yeah, we've tried to make all sorts of shite up. It's like, oh, I get this and this and this. You do not get that and that. Okay. What was reversing? I don't know. It wasn't Orcs. No, it was Tyranids. It was Eldar versus Tyranids. The Tyranid player was quite new. It's like, mate, they're quite new. Don't make bullshit up, because you're going to ruin future games for them. And then, in fact, one of the funny things is, because the Tyranid Hive, I think one of the Tyranid stuff, I think it was the Hive Lord grants sustained hits to the unit, but they didn't know that. They thought it was just to the, yeah, they thought they got the, shit. Yeah, they thought they got a flipping, it was just sustained hits on the Hive Lords or Swarm Lords attacks, I think. I'm like, hang on, no it's not. Read it, it's for the entire unit. He's like, oh, yeah, so that helped him out a bit. Yeah, the Eldar player was having a bit of a huffy fit going, this is not your game, you shouldn't interfere. I'm like, mate, my game's done. I lost my game, but I was here for a chill time, for a fun time. I shot half his army off the board, but he ended up winning on pure points alone. And that's all it really, that's all the story is to it. It was a guy being a bit of an asshole. There's always people like that in every hobby. I did verse that guy over Christmas. He then played World Eaters. I did my Marines again. However, it was a really lucky setup for me, like deployment as well. So all I had to do, really lucky setup for me. So all I had to do was just sit. So we rolled off first turn. Cool. I get first deployment. I choose this side with a lot of cover. He doesn't get a lot of cover, and I'll just sit back and roll dice. And the only thing that gets across the board is a Demon Prince, and it gets into melee with some intercessors. Those intercessors then fall back, and then charging in is my aggressors. I don't shoot it. I know that it can move. No, it can't. That's Bloodthirsters. Did I shoot it? Yeah, I shot it with the bolt gauntlets because they weren't the greatest. But I shot him with that. Charged in the aggressors. Finished off it in melee with Tor and the aggressors. And that was game really. Like all he had to do was stay back and score points behind buildings. And it would have kind of been a stalemate because I now would have had to come to him, which is not ideal for me because I don't want to be moving my Marines. Okay, there's that brush. So I've done a nice little bit of details here and there. I've done a tiny bit of cleaning up. I need to wait for the base to fully dry. So I need to wait for the base to dry before I do more. Him, I want to get other stuff done first before I work on small details, like he's got lots of chains and ropes on him, which I'm going to do in the brown here. So chains will be done in silver, ropes will be done in the brown, but before that I want to base the chains in lead belcher. I'm going to dry brush them / highlight them with the silver to make them brighter. But before that I've got to wait for stuff to dry. I also want to make sure the cloth sets properly. His head, I'm going to wait for his head for a bit last. So what I'm going to do is I've got a lovely little stick here, so it's literally a chopstick with a bit of cork on. And all I'll do is put a bit of blue tack on the end like so, have the head attached to it and paint the head. But that'll do that last. This little flipping skull head, I need to dry brush with some grey and do the eyes. However, I'll do the dry brushing and the eyes once this is glued on. But before I glue it on, I want to fully finish up his shoulder pad here. I also want to make sure it doesn't get in the way of the weapon, like his weapon. So say if I actually can test that now. Actually, so say if I do that, it shouldn't get in the way of anything else once it's on at the moment. So what I'll do, I want to pop it on after the cape though, so I'll do the cape first, then get that glued on, then I can glue this little head on. But then I'll do his eyes, actually I might do his dry brush and I can do his eyes. Then you got this other arm here. I want to get all the little writing part done on it. Then I'll glue this on to the little wing part on it, like so. Do you have any more colours? What do you mean? Yeah, I've got lots more colours. In fact, I've even got a little glowy boy over there. Yeah. So these are all, that's just glue. So oils, spare blade, glue. These are shades. What I can do actually. These are effects, or blood, glow effects. These are technical, so they're base paints. So what they do is they'll go on a base and they can do stuff like this. They'll make like little cracks, bumps, make it filled with bits. We've got some air paints here, so these are pre-finned paints, which I quite like to use in the airbrush, which is this little tool here. These are more shades, so these are shades like that's what I used on his face here. Obviously, thing. You've got layers. So layers are thin paints made for layering, but they also give some solid colours. You've got base paints made for base colours. So like say the gold would be base. That's the base colour. But what I do is thin them down. The purple is a base paint, which is this one here. Then you've got contrast. Contrast is a very transparent, which is all at the bottom here, which I quite like using. If you can tell why I've got so many. Contrast is a very transparent type paint. So yeah, it's transparent and it makes like a two-tone, so it makes like a mid-tone. So the recesses get the dark, like all the where it pulls, so it gets all darker. Whereas the upper parts have less on it, it's a bit thinner, so it's quite a bit lighter. And I use a contrast gold, but I then dry brush it to make it even higher. Make it even brighter on the higher parts. Yeah, I have lots of paints, Luna. In fact, too many paints that I've even got some more on my little shelf over here. Which are just, these are just spares to be fair, which I don't use. So you got flesh, you got more known oil, which is used a lot of. Iron yellow, I've used it, but I don't use it. I've not used it in nearly a year. Spare grey, spare gold contrast, and then I've got these magazines, right? And these magazines are filled to the. There's probably about 6 paints in these magazines. There's shades, there's contrast, there's a base paint. But on the other hand, right now, what I'm going to do right now, and I think that's going to be it for painting, because this cape's going to take ages to dry. Pink. What, you mean pink like this? And pink like this? There's lots of different pinks. I've got a very candy pink. They're quite pastel pink. I've got one got a dark pink right at the back here. So I've got which I don't use. I'm just reaching for it. Actually, this is really good for tongues, like doing tongues and stuff. Okay, so do that, and to go into there. A dry brush. Go there. Let's just move these paints out the way and start putting them back. Because I'm not gonna. I'll probably paint later. I'll do some painting later. Tomorrow. Oh, I'm missing the paint. I'm missing the paint. What goes? Oh, the black. Does the black go up there? No. Yes. I'll drop the black. So the pinks, the thing is about these paints is there's a lot of pigment in them, right? So that means they've got like a lot of colour in them, but they're quite thick in general. Oh, that's what goes with this, the grey. That's what I'm forgetting. So, but they're quite thick in general, right? Which means they're pretty tricky to work with if you don't, because you can't just slap it on and call it a day. If you slap it on, it's going to be too thick. But on the other hand, because they've got such a lot of pigment in them, they're quite, one sense dark. Okay, anyways, building time. So what I'm going to build is some Wraith Guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bases. So I can go over there. Oh, some little what are these? Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, we don't have the D-Scythe on this one, so we're Orc. Yeah, they are pretty shit. He gave me these, but they're out of date. Fugan, what are you doing on the floor? So Fugan is a model. He is a leader of one of my armies. So, combat control 39. I'm That's how I got my Wraith guard, which we are, or I am going to build right now, because that's going to be it for painting tonight. Because I'm going to do some more painting tomorrow. I will need plastic glue. I need that and that. I'll take a quick drink. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna want 1 and 2 5 times. Been a while since I built a model. Actually, I say that. Actually, yeah, it's been a while since I've built a plastic model. Okay, because I have built, the last few models I've built have all been resin. You ask why I have so much colour. Weapons. What did my Twitch stream freeze? 1 second. Why is that? No, it's not. My Twitch stream on my phone froze. Sorry. It's so much colour, so if you give me 2 ticks right, I can show you exactly why. There's a lot of colours. Okay? So, I'll grab, so for example, I've got a little bug here. You might have seen this guy. I quite like this bug. He is silver, bronze, black, green, and glow. Like a green glow. Okay, he's used 2 different types of blacks, 3 different types of silver, or well, metallic, and then 3 different types of green, and then the base, which is white, a shade, and texture paste. Oh, that's too hard, you got these guys, which is at least 3 different shades of blue, a shade, your gold, your metallics, your white, your yellow, then your base, which is green and blue again, with texture paste on, and a shade for the rock. Then you've got guys like this, yellow, red, shade, metallics, bronzes, browns, yeah, browns and such. And one thing about when painting yellow is, one thing I want to test, I did as well, if I can find him, I can find him, is, he's a marine, he's a yellow marine. However, instead of being primed white, he was primed pink, and it makes a massive disparity in the shading. Might be hard to see. He's not fully done. I've got a lot of models not done. Lots of different models require different colours. And you never know when you'll need a colour. So what do I need? I need 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. just yet. Yeah, so these are like some really old models I'm working on, like really old. However, they're not just these types of models don't get updated, so it's not the end of the world. Hey, I got an idea. When I finish building these models, to do some League. Get rid of the whole lo-fi vibes. Start raging. Get angry Aslan back. Come on, you know you've missed angry Aslan. I don't know why, but sometimes resin is just a little bit easier to build than this plastic. But on the other hand, sometimes resin's easier to build, plastic's easier to build than resin. Also, it's cheaper. And it doesn't require me to give it a flipping deep scrub if I want to paint it. So the resin GW they put it in a mold, like a mold release, so the resin doesn't get moldy essentially over its long term to packaging. Because they can sometimes be packaged for years, but most of the time they're not really. They're probably like a year, maybe 2-3 tops. And again, people could leave them in packages for years and years and years. Like some people have got models dated back 20 years. Okay. Now, this will require some dash cleaning. This is what I mean by when it comes to painting Warhammer. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time, but you can be chill about it. Like before I was streaming, so I got back from work to sort some stuff out. Before I streamed and I was painting, I would have some South Park or something in the background. I've watched the latest episode actually just the other day. It's a very interesting take. Sort of like, right, we'll just insult everyone. We'll just have a big everyone with conflicts of interest. Oh god. Okay, don't like that. That's though luckily, one thing about these, one thing I don't like about these models is how spindly and thin these are. Ah, why? Why must you be so spindly? And you have like these really awkward connection points on the sprue. So we have to get to shave off. So I'm actually going to be using these guys tomorrow in the game I'm doing. So I'm going to give them flamethrowers, and essentially they're just going to walk up the board and then they're going to hide. They are going to dare someone to come around the corner and they're going to fire Overwatch. They fire Overwatch. And they have flamers. So 5 flamers, automatic hits. Yep, that'll go in like that. Glue blocked. Glue not blocked. Okay, put that on. Now go like that. Right, how do you connect on? Oh, you'll connect on like that. Okay. So glue will go there. A little bit on there and there. A little bit on there. We'll go on like that. There we go. There's one. And all I've got to do now is just 4 more. There's 4 heads and 4 bodies. These Wraith guards are like in the middle ground. Actually, no, they're not. Probably. It's not really something I look at. Fair. I just tend to get like caramel lattes or something. If I don't have that stuff, I'll just go, okay, I'll have just a cappuccino or something then. It's not my sort of forte, that, you know. You know, so usually in the morning I'll have a cup of tea. Or if I'm on breakfast, I'll have a cup of tea. If I've had a rough night, I'll have a coffee, but if I have a coffee, I just usually get one of a shot of caramel. Like I said, pumpkin spice isn't really for me. You know what I think? British tastes are a lot different to Americans. True. You always get excited during Halloween, don't you? Remember you last year? Almost your favourite holiday, okay. Can't wait. Nice. Why do I feel like, right, you're gonna binge the Nightmare Before Christmas, you know, just before Halloween or just after, you know. Bit like a yearly tradition, like I always binge at least one Star Wars series. Or, I say binge, I try to at least watch a good chunk of Star Wars on May the 4th. You know, so I'll watch like a lot of Clone Wars or a lot of like a few of the films. Because I know you're addicted to it. I know you're addicted to it. It's like a drug. It's a drug for you. And you even admit it as well. Yeah. But like, no, I can't really say anything because, like, so on May the 4th, I always try to watch a lot of, as much Star Wars as I can. So I can't really say anything, you know. So with these guys, I'm not going to do anything special, you know, they're just... Yeah, these guys aren't going to have anything too special, you know, they're just going to get put together. Maybe not super glue, flipping blue tack some of them together. Just so the stuff doesn't get in the way when it comes to painting. Actually, can I? We'll see, we'll dry fit it and see how it looks, you know. Yeah, I kind of half expect you to disappear for a few days, you know, coming up onto October. Well, coming into October, or end of October, I expect you to disappear for a few days because you're just going to binge the entire Nightmare Before Christmas series. I say that, all the Nightmare Before Christmas films. And there's 4. Uno left, and then that's the heads and front half of the bodies put together. So, when was the last time I built a plastic model? It's been an actual few months since I last built a plastic model. Is it? Yeah, you're looking at about 3 months now since I last built a plastic model, you know? The last plastic model I built was Marines. Heresy Marines. No, it wasn't last month, so it wasn't 3 months ago. ago. I lie. Sorry, it was 2 months ago when I built the Necron. So yeah, Luna, I was gonna say, what do you do if I just decide to play League after this? You know, just stream League. I feel like you won't go to me. Snip, 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 snip. Okay, so this part has quite a bit going on around it, so this is the legs next as well, so I'll clip the legs out as well. Oh, and the back piece. Gonna want this back piece clipping out. That one. And that's that one. So I'll put them with the back pieces. Now I need the legs. So this one is number 27. 27 goes with 35 and 36, which is used to here. So then go together like that. Just clip them 2 legs off. These 2 will go the next one along. Where's the... should be got 26, which it does. I made a mistake here, I gave it the wrong joint, so you go there, you can go there. And then you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give them the special little the cool looking ones. We don't want to give them basic loincloths. I'm gonna give them the cool looking ones. There's one. Kind of a bit hard to paint, but not by much, you know. Especially considering I've been doing character custody after character custody. Right then, there's 2. downloading Warhammer. Yeah, so something funny as well, so I streamed the other week, and I don't know why, but I ended up getting a raid from someone, and I'm kind of here sat like, what? Why? It's my first stream back in a few months, and I just get a raid out of nowhere. I'm kind of like, but why? Why am I getting raided? You know, it was like flipping Monday at like what 5 AM or something, like 4 or 5 AM, and I got raided. I'm just kind of sat there a bit bewildered. And funny enough, it was when I was painting this guy here, because I was doing a painting stream painting that guy. There's some big guns as well. These guys. Big yawn. I forgot something. I forgot about the little things that stick out the back. The weapons they have with these guys are actually pretty damn big. Okay. Oh man. Time for the fun part. Cleaning all this up and sticking it together. I'm really trying to avoid getting more models now until, you know, what I've got gets painted. But you know, it doesn't help when the flipping magazines send me like 10 a month, you know. Yeah, because there's these combat show magazines, they send you models each month. I don't know why I keep subscribing to it, but I do. Because you know, it's free models for like nearly half price. You got scalpers buying these magazines up right the second they come on sale. It's like £10 for like these 5 models, which would normally cost £30. And it's like, right, so you bought 5, then they'll resell them. Yeah, then they'll resell like the magazines for like 30 quid. But the whole reason people want the magazines is just for the cheap models. And if you're going to sell them up, you know, even more expensive than what some local shops do, what's the point? Yeah, so these guys, so what I'm doing now is so these guys all come together. So there's the body, there's the head, you know, they'll come together. You got the legs, then there's like this little back piece which just goes on there, which will go on the back like so, and they'll come together to make these guys here. And what I'm doing at the moment is just putting it together. The little guy. Actually, these guys are weird. They're in a weird model. So they are. So how do I put it? These guys here. These guys are made to die. They will go in. They will fight. They die. They're basic chaff units. The basic units are super cheap. These guys with the wings are more of your advanced infantry, so like more elite style. So they're a bit more pricey. They've got a bit more utility, a bit stronger. You want to be using them properly because they're going to be costly to lose. These guys here that I'm building now would be like similar to. Oh, these are good. These are actually good comparisons I've got here. So here, so comparison wise, this guy, it'll be equal to this guy, this black guy here. In terms of, they go in, they fight, they die. This guy, equivalent to him, a bit more of an elitist unit, but not full elite. The guys I'm building now are similar to these guys here, which are very similar to Leonidas, like quite literally, in terms of what they are. Very tanky, very elite. They're like an elite, expensive unit, but they are strong, essentially. Will cost a lot of points. Put these guys back. That's the best way I can describe it. Like they're equivalent to the Terminators or Space Marines, and equivalent to the Terminators of Custodes. They're like, yeah, they're very similar. Every army's got their own sticks and stuff. But while you've got your Luna, what if I play League? What if once I've done this, I'll just stream League? Go back to the dark side. I feel like you'll kill me. Oh yeah, I've cancelled everything to do with my Switch, by the way. Like everything with Nintendo, I've cancelled it, so I don't have Nintendo Premium Online anymore. Nintendo Online. Just with how they've been acting recently, it's like, yeah, nah. Especially with X and Y, like I was looking forward to it, you know, having something different for a Pokemon game for once. And then they go, oh, you've got to pay an extra 30 quid to access everything, and I'm like, and then I just look at it and go, nah, not happening. You know, I see, oh, you want to access the Mega Dimension with all the, so you can get all the Mega Evolutions, 30 quid please. I kind of went, nope. I'm not paying £100, £70, and then another £30 just to access all the content of a game. And I'm literally just like, right, I will stick to Silk Song, that is 20 quid for a full game. Oh, don't do that, Silk Song's hard. So, yeah, people said that about Elden Ring. Yeah, I absolutely crushed Elden Ring. These little leggies. Little legs. And there's his body which goes on top like that. Oh, little guys. So funny thing is, right, you'll look at Valdor, you'll go, oh, you've not done much on him. However, in reality, when you look really closely at what exactly I've done on him, like look at like all the really small stuff, you'll go, oh yeah, you can see that, you can see that. You've fixed that up. You've done some detail work there. You've started doing his cape and his cloth. You know, it's funny because it only seems like small little bits you're doing, bit by bit. But then you look closer and then you realise, oh wait, he's actually done quite a bit. Because all them details come together. This glue's getting blocked again. And there's that back. Let's do this guy's leggies. Yeah. Can't be heavy-handed with these guys because I just nearly bent this cloth out of shape just by trying to cut a bit of extra sprue off. Some of this lo-fi music kind of reminds me of, especially this one, I don't know why, but it reminds me of some of you'd hear in Undertale. Good loincloth, you can stay. Moving on to number 3. For number 3, please step up. You know, there's oh, sorry. There's some people, right, who will do this day in, day out, and absolutely love it. On the other hand, there's people who do it day in, day out, and absolutely hate it because it's their job. I kind of in like, at the moment, I'm in a bit of a middle ground at the moment. It's like, I really enjoy it. It's nice and relaxing. But on the other hand, right, can get a bit grating doing the same thing over and over. And then you get stuff like my recent games. It's like, oh, you lose, cool. You play again, you lose. You do things even better, you lose. You do your even better strategy, you lose. You play the game practically perfect. You're always you're always trying to get something onto the objective. You're always trying to push the enemy off it. You're getting all your secondaries done, but your rolls, like your dice rolls, just will go no. And after like having 3 games of that in a row, where your dice rolls just say no, you kind of get really demoralised and don't want to play again. Because it's not like it takes half an hour you do another one. No, it takes like 4 or 6 hours to do a game, and your dice just give you the middle finger. You just get really demoralised. Just lose, loss. Especially when you've lost like 3 or 4 games in a row. You use the meta detachment of a meta list. You do all the you use everything correctly. You strategize your damage. You take your losses. You take your damages. But then you go to attack the enemy. All fail. Right. You go to do all your saves. All fail. After having that for 4 games in a row, it's really demoralising just playing the game in general. Especially with custodies, because if your dice rolls go, you just kind of lose. There's no 2 ways about it. Your dice rolls go, you'll just lose the game. And that's happened for me in like the past 5 games in a row. But then I use my Space Marines, for example, right? And it's like, right, why are my Space Marines just as strong as my Custodies, but only at half the cost? My Custodies list is like literally 20 models tops at that full competition list. Space Marines is like flipping 60 models, and they're all hitting just as strong or just as hard with, they're not as tanky, but there's that sort of feeling like you just lose 5, 6 games in a row. You improve your strategies every time, but you just keep losing because, well, your dice rolls just crap out on you. Right, you want to make a 6-inch charge, fail. You reroll, fail. Right, rapid ingress, cool. Right, you shoot me with 1 squad of flipping Plague Marines. Okay, and you've killed my entire Terminator squad somehow with 5 Plague Marines. And I don't get it. Like, why my dice rolls just decide to crap out when I can't afford them to. Happens every time. Yeah, on the other hand, right, okay, I'll just go screw it, I'm going to do a 12-inch charge for these bikes, because why not? And I roll a double 6. And then I get my 12 inches, it's like, I get the bikes in, and it's like, right, that was a joke. I don't particularly want the bikes to go in. Oh, I'm just ranting, because... So... I have lost... So when I use my custodies, I have lost the past 5 games in a row. Okay. And I'm just making an example, like... I charge... So to charge you roll 2d6, which adds up to 12. Then I do a stupid charge, right, which I need to charge 12 inches. I get it every single time. But the important ones, like that are half the distance at 6 inches, like the really important ones, they just fail. Right, reroll, fail. Okay. And then I just get shot back and I die. And I've lost the past 6 games in a row off the tabletop. It does get demoralising, because you improve every time, your strategies are near perfect. Even the opponents go, yeah mate, if you made that, I would have lost that game. Or if you made these 2 rolls, I would have lost. Right. And it's like, the rolls your game hinges on, and it just fails. Oh, you need to save this damage. Spindly to work with. So you go like that, I see, okay. Like I said, I've just lost the past 5 games in a row just because dice rolls just crap out on me when I need them the most. It gets really annoying. And like I do a really stupid move. I make a dash roll, advance roll, right, into a stupid position. I'd get an automatic 6 in, like 6, which is the highest I can get. Solidifying me in that stupid position. Right, I need to roll a 3 on this advance, to get on the objective. For a secondary point or something. Roll a flipping 1, re-roll it, roll a flipping 1 again. Okay, I'll rapid ingress so I get these guys on the board early. 1 turn of shooting from the enemy, just from 1 squad of 5 just kills them all. And I'll just go like, wow, okay, did not need that to happen, because I failed all my he rolled nothing but 6s and 5s, and I failed all my saves. It's using custodians as well, which is like, really shouldn't be happening. Oh, you roll 6 attacks, which are all guaranteed to hit and all guaranteed to wound these enemies, and they're all saving on 6s, and they'll all die if they fail 1 hit. They'll die if they fail 1 hit. All attacks go through, all the hits, all the wounds go through, and then he just decides to save flipping all of them, and it's like, mate, you really just rolled like flipping 6 6s. Yeah, so you rolled a game with dice, right? So think of chess with dice. So these characters that I'm building now will move 6 inches. Okay, they move 6 inches. Their range is 12 inches. Then they'll shoot an enemy if there's an enemy within 12 inches. They use flamethrowers. Okay, these guys. Well, I'm giving these guys flamethrowers. And essentially, their flamethrowers, you roll 1 dice, a d6, and whatever your number you land on is how many attacks go through. Cool. So you roll a 6, you get 6 attacks that go through. Now you roll to see if you can actually hurt your opponent. So you roll that based on their armor. Right. 3 of the 6 attacks will actually hurt you. The enemy then does a save to see if they can ignore the damage. They've passed 2 of them. 1 of them gets through. Cool. They will take however much damage it says. And I think these guys have 1 damage on their flamers. And every single time in the past 5 games, an important roll, important fight, and the enemies succeeded better than me. And it gets a bit demoralising because I improve the strategy every time. I improve my general gameplay. I improve my list bit by bit. And it's like you just lose six games in a row. And you kind of go, maybe I should just. You just kind of go, I'm just gonna go home, fucking play fucking League, get better odds with that. Oh man, there we go. Oh, I had a bit of glue. There's them done. Right, let's take a quick drink. Yeah, doing the best thing I can show you, right, is so it's this guy with a spear versus this big chunky guy here. So, right, you'll see who goes first. This guy gets a spear, he gets a 4. Big chunky guy gets a 2. Right. But this guy goes first. Cool. So what's he going to do? He's going to use a grenade launcher. Right, that's 5 attacks. I don't have enough dice. Right. Then I'll roll 5 dice. Yeah, he hits on 2s. So 2s, these all hit. 4, 6. So his strength is 4, his armor is 6. Cool, I've got to get 5s. 1, 5. Cool. No armor penetration, so I need to roll 3 or higher. 6. Takes no damage. His spear shoots with a spear. 1 hits, 1 fails because it hits on 2s. Do I damage him? Strength is 4, toughness 6, so I need a 5 again. Roll a 5. Minus 2, so I need a 5 on this guy. No, he will take damage. He has 4 wounds, so. No, he's got 4 wounds, so it goes to 2. Right. Then you charge this guy in. You roll 2 dice. Can't get in, but there's terms of things. I'm not going to charge him in. I'm going to shoot this guy now. He uses flamers, so it's 5. That's going to be another 5 attack on the flamer. Flamers are torrent. They hit automatically. Yeah, flamers hit automatically. These are strength 4, toughness 6, so I hit 5s. There's 3 attacks there, so I've got to make 3 saves at base armor. Right, 2 pass, 1 fails. It is 1 damage. He's got 4 wounds, so it goes to 3. He's got a grenade launcher, so that's only 2. Roll 2 dice, they hit on 3s, they both hit. 4 to 6, range 5s, they don't wound. Cool. Then you'd repeat and shoot him. But what you can do, you charge him in, so you roll 2 dice. Right. That'll be an 8-inch charge, so that gets in. I know he has 3 attacks with his fists. They all miss, because they hit on 3s. Goes to him. He gets 5 attacks with his spear. Hits on 2s. 4 hit. Strength 7. Toughness 6. So he needs to be 3s. That fell off, sorry about that one. 2 miss. Then 2 hit. It's minus 2 again. So he needs 5s. No, both fail. 2 damage each. 1, 2, he's dead. And it all comes down to the dice roll, really. Yeah, it all comes down to the dice rolls. You saw this guy could have won, but he failed his hits. And that is what kept happening to me, essentially. There you go, there's a little 40k lesson. Right. Now, imagine that, right, with 30, 40, 50, 60 models on the table. Nah, he bonked himself. Yeah, that is quite literally what I can say about my army. They hit themselves in the face. Ask what I'm doing here. Right, gonna come on, glue the body on. Oh, or not, it fell off. This Wraith guard standing in a slightly different looking pose. Like so. Make it nice and tall, nice and straight. Also done, I have glue tacked his feet to the base. Doing this next one here. So, I don't expect these guys to get 40mm bases, you know. I thought they were smaller ones. Blue, stop crapping out on me, will ya? This guy looks like he's in a sprint, so maybe if I give him a bit of a bigger lean on his thing. So he's stepping forward as well, so do a slight lean on the torso. There we go. Blue tack. Is that one? Put that on. Kind of like he's got a 1 foot forward, so what I'll do, I'll have him turned that way. Come on, body, don't do that to me. So I'll have him turn this way. Like he's just turning to shoot in the way his foot is. Come on, buddy, flipping stay upright, will ya? There we go. That should do. Stay. Leg's not fully dried yet. Sometimes you get this glue takes a hot minute to fully dry. Glue tack it to the base like so, that should help it. How much glue's left in here? There's not a lot of glue left actually. Sometimes it just doesn't glue together properly stuff because well, it just gets bent out of shape. Or they've moulded it shittily moulded. Multitude of reasons. I'll tell you when these sculpts were sculpted actually, because sometimes on these they usually have GW and the year they're sculpted on. Yeah, 2012, so almost 14 years, not 14, 15 years ago. 13 years ago, sorry. These guys were sculpted. Back before GW started to go all walk. There we go. They're getting there. There's 5 of them. Now it just needs the arms, which are next. Sweet. 49. And these guns are pretty damn big. These guys are some big guns. next one is 52 and 54. There's actually a lot of guns on this. Why is there so many guns? There's like 10. Anyways, yeah, 52 and 54. So the thing with these combat patrols, right, they don't give you like the full model details. Like, for example, on here, there looks to be a little shield. I can probably put that shield on and combine it with one of the blades here, like one of the swords, and there you go, I've got one of the thing. But the magazine does not tell you that. You know, I've got these little things here, they're little, they're hips, like they go on the hips. This stuff like this can go on the back of weapons, certain weapons. Doesn't tell you that. These here go on the back of the heads. The magazine doesn't tell you that. So it's always best to look up the magazines. Look up instructions online, I should say, sorry. And because of these, right, I'm doing flamers on these guys because I think these actually look pretty damn cool. So that was 58. I need 60. Yeah, so the magazine. So you've got all these little bits and parts, right? So you get so essentially you get the full sprue. So essentially the full thing in the magazine. And the magazine doesn't tell you the full instructions. Whereas if you were to buy the box, like normally, you get the full sprue and then the full instructions. This doesn't tell you that. This is more of a entry to the hobby, these magazines, but by this point you've got them because it's been nearly a year actually. Yeah, because it's been quite a long time. By the time you get to this point, you've got like, you should have like a lot. You'll be kind of expecting more than just what you're getting in these magazines. Because you'll see like all these little spare bits, and you'll be like, wait, what's this for? The magazine doesn't tell me. However, instructions for stuff like this is actually will be up online. All you gotta do is do a Google search, and someone's flipping popped it on somewhere. It's probably like Reddit or something, or Pinterest. Yeah, screw it, I'll glue the arms on. You know, it's not too much of a hassle to work around them. I know I don't have the greatest camera for this, but it's not too bad, you know, nice and rustic. Oh, I hope the music's not too loud or too quiet. Just let me know if anything's too quiet or too loud, be it my voice or the music or anything like that. So I can knock the music down, or I can turn myself up. unlock it like I just did then. Because if you mess up with one drop of glue, it's gonna get everywhere. Start making plastic strands everywhere. Weapons like raised up to be shooting or something. Okay, that seems... Don't be slouching now. You can ask why I don't use blue tack. Well, the issue with blue tack is it puts the arm out of place, so when it dries you kind of got it just doesn't sit prop right, like it just sits with a small gap. Because it's set to where, if that blue tack wasn't blocking it. Like acting as, the blue tack essentially blocks it from sitting properly. This just shows you how to do the most basic of the guys, but then you've got this big gap on their head now. You're like, oh, what goes there? I'm gonna fill that in actually. I like to store these lists because most of their weapons are now in one hand. That's not even on properly. Okay, of course it's not. Then the arm's been slid off. Because why not? big heavy weapons, right, it's like I can't even let the one arm support their work, so it'll fall off. I've got to have both arms support their flipping glue work. Okay, there's 2. Let's do the third one. If the arm stayed on properly. You can go there. That can go there. So that arm dropping in like actual real time. Like drooping a little bit. I think what I'll do is once I've ended the stream and I've had a bit of a rest, I think off camera, I'm going to put the extra details on. I'll be going soon as well, Luna. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get these weapons on and I'm going to finish up stream because I'm tired as well. I've been up since, 9 this morning. Yeah, I've been up since like 9, half 9 this morning. It is now nearly 3 AM. So I'll go to bed after this. Get these arms on, and then just off stream I'll probably do the details, do a little bit more purple on his cape. So I'll see you next stream, which will I do have planned for tomorrow, where I'll be doing some more painting, but I'll be doing like some detail work on my last few custodies more than anything else. Bye-bye. Yeah, one of the things about these guys is they're not amazingly sculpted. There's details on them, yeah. They're just not amazingly sculpted. Really finicky to do. So what I will do at some point is I'll come back to them and I'll get like details on stuff such as like little headgears, maybe there's some of their hip pads, what do you call them? Flipping hell, come on. I'm tired of dropping this thing. This glue bottle's almost empty as well. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll probably come back off stream at some point after some sleep, and there'll be stuff like what I'll do is there's stuff like these here, little head pads, little shoulder pads. These go on them, but I've not put them on. No more head pads there. I'll be putting stuff like them on the models, and then yeah. Okay. If anyone's tuned in or checking out, I really appreciate it. My next stream will be tomorrow at 12 PM GMT. Might be a bit later actually, might push it a bit later. Where I'll be doing some detail work on these custodies. Maybe a little bit of work on Valdor. But I really appreciate anyone popping in. I will see you all tomorrow, and I hope you've just enjoyed chilling. Bye bye.